Don't Breathe 2 is coming. It was written by Fede Alvarez and his buddy who escapes my name at this time, but his co-writer actually directed this one. Fede didn't direct it, so you can look out for that sometime soon. And then in my final piece of news, the Mad Max Furiosa spin-off is officially happening with Anya Taylor-Joy stepping in for the title role. Also, Yahya Abdul-Mateen and Chris Hemsworth are set to co-star.
Woo! I'm excited.
Should be fun. Also, George Miller, of course, in the director's seat. He's getting up there, so I'm glad we are getting another Mad Max outing.
At the age of 80, probably.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I'm hoping Chris Hemsworth plays the villain, because he hasn't done that yet. That'd be awesome to see.
And
he needs to play a villain, huh?
For in a Mad Max film?
Yeah, an Australian film, an Australian in there. And for him to cut off her arm.
Oh, that's coming.
Yeah.
At some point, that's coming.
Yeah. It's gonna be like a Hot Tub Time Machine. You'd be like, I keep waiting for it to happen.
Also, I'm stoked. The other day, I found an out-of-print copy of the Mondo Mad Max Fury Road soundtrack on vinyl, sealed. Cost me way too much money, but I bought it.
Nice, made you happy.
And I'm proud.
That's all that matters.
It's great artwork there, and you can't find it anywhere. So I'm just like, I don't know who turned this in, but I'm not leaving.
Keeping it sealed.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, stoked on that Furiosa film.
Me too.
It's gonna be wild.
And now it's time for the weekly recommendations.
All right, James.
So I have two. The first one is I just recently watched it. It's available on Disney Plus. Don't Look Under the Bed. It's a throwback to, I believe, the mid to early 90s is when that came out.
Really? That's how long it's been? Wasn't late 90s?
Maybe mid to late 90s. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't have the specific dates on there, but I do remember watching it as a kid. And
this definitely came out for Halloween. Like Halloween Town and this were around the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
This actually did give me the creeps when I was a little kid watching this. Mm-hmm. Definitely a fun movie to watch if you've seen it before. It's a good rewatch just to relive that and kind of feel that childhood. Relive that childhood a little bit. And then my other one it's on Netflix right now, but I believe it's a CBS show. It's called Evil.
You liked it?
I actually liked it, yeah.
It lost me when the demons named are just regular names.
My name's George.
Yes, like there's no demon named George. It's in Latin. What the fuck?
I definitely liked it. The actor who plays Luke Cage, his name escapes me right now.
Oh yeah,
he's pretty cool in that. He plays he's a priest in training, and he takes along a psychiatrist to kind of confirm or deny cases of possessions or miracles. Things like that, and you see some creepy stuff along the way. It's about 13 episodes right now for the first season, and they just announced that a few weeks ago, they announced that they were greenlit for a second season, and they're actually going to start filming that second season next month.
Yeah, I mean, Natalie and I watched the first episode, and she got pissed off. That means I mapped out the series and what was going to happen. And it's like, well, no, it's a CBS procedural. Like, I liked it. The actors are great in it. I liked the idea. It did put a bad taste in my mouth when the demons were just named George, because they were doing so well up until that point.
Right.
But we haven't watched the second episode yet. I'm still, invested in it. But that's a good rec. It's besides that one thing I have an issue with. I don't have anything issues with anything else. So
I mean, I definitely I'd recommend that you kind of soldier through it. It's on a little bit, but I don't know, I'd say at least by the third or fourth episode, if you're not feeling it.
Yeah, even the guy from Lost and Persons of Interest, he's in it, and I like him and everything. Yeah. Good recs.
So yeah, those are my two recs. Thank you.
My two recs are... So now, I usually stay away from reality TV altogether. I hate it with a passion. But these, I think, are a little bit different. Ewan McGregor does these motorcycle cross-country tours. Did I talk about this one already? Okay.
I don't think so.
Cross-country tours where he did... The first one was called Long Way Round, where they left from England, went all the way around the globe, so all the way through Russia, flew to Alaska, and then drove from Alaska all the way through Canada, down through the U.S., across all the way to New York on a motorcycle, him and his friend. Then they did it a long way down from Scotland all the way to the South Africa, and now I think it's like 10 years later. I know it's a big gap. They're doing it again from South America all the way up to Los Angeles, and now they're doing it with electric motorcycles to show how to be more like carbon footprint. But it makes the trip a lot harder for them. Even the crew are now traveling. The support crew are traveling in electric trucks made by Rivian. And these are like the first prototypes out there, so they're having issues with that too. It's on Apple TV. It's I'm a big fan of motorcycles. I have my license and I didn't get one. I'm still itching to do that. So this is fun, and I like this. It's adventure travel, and I think it's really neat to watch. And plus, you get to see Obi-Wan Kenobi do it, and you get to see people recognize him. And when he tries to tell people who he is and they don't recognize him, it's great in some of these countries. And then my second rec is I'm a huge fan of comedian Bert Kreischer. I think he's hilarious. He has a show on Netflix called The Cabin with Bert Kreischer, where he brings on a bunch of comics and they hang out, do stupid shit, and they just laugh. It's fun. It's like a live action podcast in a cabin. Recommend if you just want to laugh and see stupid shit. It's fun. So those are my two recs.
I got a bunch of early 2000 movies. I'm gonna recommend 2005 Constantine. It's an action fantasy, and I love this film, dude. For some people it was cheesy, but I actually like how they did Constantine like so early in the 2000s for the anti-villain. He's like sort of not really a good guy, so I like how they did this film, and it was very unique to me. It's like such early on for the 2000 era, so I recommend Constantine. And then my other one, and both of these movies are on Hulu, by the way, is Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt from 2001. It's a PG-13 movie, surprisingly, even though it has some crazy shit that goes on in the movie about a guy who's like a hillbilly that grows up and gets famous through his adventure to find his parents and shit. It's pretty good.
I'm your sister.
Yeah, right? It has definitely some good one-liners and stuff you could say, like
David Spade.
So my Rex, man.
That's cool. I'm cool. No, you're not. Fucking Kid Rock. Christopher Walken. Joe. Yeah, no, I love it.
All right,
Does that leave what?
Yeah, just me. I got two solid ones. They're both pretty new. I got to see the new RZA film through digital. It finally came to digital. I've been waiting to check this out. I was hoping it was good. It was going to be good, and it was. It doesn't disappoint. It's a straight up gangster picture. It's called Cutthroat City. It stars Cat Graham, Demetrius Shipp Jr., Shameik Moore, Itza Gonzalez, and a powerful performance by Wesley Snipes. I don't think we've seen him in anything recently, right?
Dolomite.
Oh, that's right.
He was awesome in Dolomite.
Also, T.I. is not too bad in this as well. He has a big part. Cutthroat City. You can catch it on digital right now. I think it's like maybe $7.99. If you're a big fan of Wu-Tang, or if you're not a big fan of Wu-Tang, RZA's good. He's got a good eye, good soundtrack. Moving on from that, though, my next one and final one actually is a Netflix original, I believe, Vampires versus the Bronx.
The Bronx? I think I saw that, like, when I was scrolling through.
It's a great little film. Definitely like a modern Lost Boys meets Monster Squad.
What about Attack the Block?
Attack the Block, yeah, because of the hood. Yeah. But obviously, this is with vampires. Yeah. It's very great. Very. I love the practical effects. They totally reference Blade.
Really?
Through the entire film as their as the rules.
That's awesome.
And it's amazing.
What they set up Blade. That's cool.
He's the goddamn familiar. Don't you get it? So yeah, if you love Blade, watch this film. It's tons of fun. And it's a great, how do you say, they're definitely talking about gentrification in New York, so this movie matters. Check it out if you haven't already. Vampires versus the Bronx.
Nice.
Very fun film. And then that'll move us into our main focus, if you guys are ready.
Yep.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
Alright, so this week we're talking about Crimson Peak. It's rated R. It runs at 1 hour and 59 minutes. It's a gothic thriller. It's got an impressive 73 on Rotten, directed by Guillermo Del Toro, written by Matthew Robbins and Del Toro, starring Mia Wasikowska? Is that how you say
Sounds good to me.
it? Tom Hiddleston, forgive me. Tom Hiddleston, Jessica Chastain, Charlie Hunnam, and Jim Beaver. The film takes us back to the Victorian era England and follows a would-be Arthur who is forced to unravel the mystery within her new husband, his sister, and their gothic mansion. Although Crimson Peak is not technically a horror film, it does carry some incredibly authentic chills within its atmosphere. The film was first conceived as a spec script in 2006, but due to ongoing schedule conflicts, the film was shelved until 2014 when production first began. The film was released in the States on October 16th, 2015, and was met with mostly positive reviews. The film was a moderate success at the box office, making just over $75 million worldwide on a $55 million budget. In short, Crimson Peak is a moody masterpiece that brings an intense musical score hand in hand with electrifying performances all around for fans of the original Haunting, The Shining, and The Omen. Thank you.
Nice. Perfect.
So James, why did you pick this film?
Well, I don't know. For some reason, I really like this movie. It's enjoyable to me. I really dig the architecture and set design that they did for the mansion on Crimson Peak where they live.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like a gothic kind of like over the top gothic type of architecture, especially inside, like the hallways and the way everything's kind of molded and how the house kind of howls and stuff like that. It just looks really, really cool. What timepiece or time period would this be in?
I think this was 1800s. It's like late 1800s, like 1887 to 1901, I believe, is when the movie actually takes place.
Yeah. I think like movies or kind of horror movies or things like this movie really do a successful job when it's in those type of time periods, just because it's kind of those time periods already seem kind of creepy and weird, and especially with that gothic architecture, like I said before. I think it really does fit if you're doing like a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like Guillermo Del Toro's vision in this. Aside from the use of some of the CGI, which kind of lost me a little bit, which was I wasn't expecting that from his kind of movies because they're so practical. But other than that, I really do enjoy this movie, and then I think it's only about the third or fourth time I've seen this, so I don't watch it on a regular basis, but when it's on, I will watch it. And I really enjoyed the cast, and I thought it was actually entertaining to watch this.
Yeah. Good. That's a good point, man. I would say, for me on this movie, I would say I enjoyed it, but my thing would be like, this isn't my favorite Del Toro. Like, you know what I mean? Of course, obviously,
totally agree.
I think we all could somewhat agree, but like you said, I do agree with, like you said, his vision. Some of the CGI was off to me. Some of it was really good, certain points, which he could have done, I think, better with. But like you said, like some of the practical shit was really good. One of the main actors in this movie that I liked, that kept me in this movie, was Jessica Chastain's character, the lady Lucille Sharp, dude. She kept me in the movie because she played a really good bitch and pretender. And like, I don't know, like for some reason I was keeping my eye out on her, and I kind of guessed she was going to be the big bad at the end of the movie, and she ended up being the big bad. So when like I noticed that happen, I was kind of upset, but the way she acted the rest of it out, I was like, yes.